we're going to use trigonometry to find some unknown sides. And the first thing we're going to do is to identify what sides we have so that we can decide which of the trigonometric relationships we're going to use, either sine, cos, or tan. Here's my triangle, and here's the angle that I know, my 20 degrees. And so relative to that, this is the opposite x. And this is the adjacent, because beside it, 140. We don't know the hypotenuse, it's opposite the right angle, but we don't need to because we've got the side we know, the side we're trying to find out, and a known angle. So which of the relationships use opposite and adjacent? Well, this one uses opposite and hypotenuse, adjacent and hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. So it's the last one, it's tangent. So I'm going to write out what those three letters help us remember. TOA helps us remember that tan x is equal to the opposite divided by the adjacent. So I'm going to write this out again with all the information I can from my triangle. So tan of my angle, in this case that's 20 degrees, so tan 20 equals the opposite, x, divided by the adjacent, which is 140. So to help me work this out, I'm going to draw a formula triangle to help work that out. So that's tan x equals opposite divided by adjacent. And I'm trying to find the opposite. So I'm going to cover my opposite, and I can see to find that, I'm going to multiply tan x and the adjacent. So x equals tan 20 multiplied by 140. Now most calculators, if you type that in, they'll work out 20 times 140 and then find the tangent of it all. So there's two ways that we can stop them doing that because we want them to do tan 20 and then times by 140. So first thing we could do is put that 20 in brackets. And the other thing we can do is we could put the 140 first. Either way, we're going to get the answer of 51.0. So my second triangle, again, first thing I want to do is identify my sides. I've got my angle, 63 degrees, so relative to that angle, this is the opposite, and this is the adjacent, because it's beside it, it's between the known angle and the right angle. So again, opposite and adjacent tells me I'm going to be using tangent again. So I'm going to write out my formula. Tan of my angle, in this case that's tan 63, equals the opposite, 12.8, divided by the adjacent, x. Back to my formula triangle, I'm trying to find adjacent, so I'm going to do opposite divided by tan x. So x equals the opposite, 12.8, divided by tan 63. And that tells us that the length of this side is 6.52.
Okay, Mary, so let's have a look at this one. So solve x plus 2x equals 12. So what do you think you do first?
Okay, well, I want x on its own, so I would put x equals 12 minus 2x.
Okay, so a lot of the time we want to get x by itself, but what we want to do first is get all of these x's together. So can you see anything we can do with this? Get all these together in one place.
Oh, okay, it's 3x, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
3x equals 12. Oh, and so x equals 4.
Brilliant, spot on, well done.